Most guys screw up reframing. They think reframing is about being clever or just trying to prove a point. This is not the right thing to do. Reframing is about timing, empathy, and showing her that you actually get it. Today I'm breaking down the art of reframing, when to do it and how to do it, and how to avoid blowing up the connection by jumping in too soon. Brothers, check the show notes and download your copy of How to Embody the Rake's Mindset, Secrets of the Silent Rake. As I said, that is my most powerful book to date, okay? So, let's start the podcast. You guys are listening to the Masculinized Show, a podcast for introverts to become more masculine and get the body of an alpha male, and of course get more mentally healthy and get that seducer's mindset, if you get me. And lastly, I help guys become more desirable and get the mindset of a seducer. Let's get into the podcast. Let's break this down into something you can actually use in real conversations. Okay? So, brothers, I've been doing this a long time. If you haven't gone through my dating podcast, just check out these few ones that I'll list, right? The Aegis Gambit in dating, right? The psychopath test, and also don't do this attraction building gambit called natural woman pattern, right? So this is what I want to actually break down. You know by now that I have some dating podcasts, you guys. I'm a personal trainer, but I also do give dating advice. So today's on dating. So listen to me, you guys. Even though I am a personal trainer, I want you to remember this right now. Knowing how to converse with girls is just as attractive as working out. So let's keep fucking going. What differentiates me from most dating coaches is I teach optimization of your looks and your mindset, right? Optimize your looks, optimize your mindset, become the most badass version of yourself. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about here. All right, let's go. First point is step 1. Listen actively, okay? That means don't just jump into your perspective right away. Let her talk, okay? Let her talk. Let her get it out. Because the moment she feels like you're cutting her off, the whole frame is gone. Guys, listen to me. Don't cut women off in mid-conversation. That just annoys them, okay? So, that's the first part to reframing. Now, second part, okay? Gauge the emotional intensity. If she's fired up, heated, emotional, that's not your moment to reframe. That's your moment to empathize, nod, and just be there. Mirroring, you guys. Have you ever heard of the echo prime effect? Check out my podcast. I believe I touched upon this. It was called Easiest Way to Read Her Mind. That's the Mind Warp. Yeah. Mind Warp podcast. Find that. Anyways, I touched upon the echo prime effect in that podcast. So I don't really want to talk about that right now. But anyhow. So, step 3, look for natural pauses. Every conversation has those little gaps when she exhales or when she seems to have finished like her point or finished her thought. That's your cue. You start interacting, right? That's when you can step in and gently shift the perspective. All right, now, next step here. Step 4, check for receptiveness, okay? One could call this compliance, okay? But anyways, you guys, I know some of you don't like that term. I don't really give a fuck. Listen to me, you guys. The point is this. Receptiveness and compliance are both very similar, okay? They're both very similar. Now, if she's still venting, just let her get it all out. Don't force it. Let her talk, okay? Wait until her tone softens, okay? Wait until her tone softens. or she seems a little more open. That's when she's ready to hear something new, okay? Now, step 5, start small, okay? Don't come in with something huge, philosophical reframe right out of the gate. Test the waters with something light, okay? If she leans into it, you can deepen the perspective shift. Okay, so want to really go over this again, okay? So I said step 1, listen actively. Step 2, gauge the emotional intensity, okay? Step 3, look for natural pauses, okay? Now step 4, check for receptiveness or compliance. It's the same thing. Now, step 5, start small, okay? As I said, don't come in with some philosophical reframe right out of the gate. Test the waters with something light, okay? If she leans into it, you can deepen the perspective shift. Now, step 6, use her language. This is key, you guys, right here. This is fucking key. If she says, man, it feels a little heavy, then you respond with, yeah, maybe that heaviness is proof you're carrying something more than strength. All right? That's just an example. But use her trance words, right? Her trance words, and mirror that. Guys, listen to me. I talked about trance words a long time ago on that same podcast called The Easiest Way to Read Her Mind. Guys, listen to me. Some of you don't know what trance words are. Find my blog on trance words in the show notes. Check it, okay? Look in the seduction articles. Check for that article on trance words and seduction. To be clear, I do not like the guy who's behind trance words, Ross Jeffries, not my style. But anyways, you guys, the tangent is this, you guys. I prefer that you just don't try to blatantly use trance words to mirror women in a way where it's not, like, I guess you could say, what's the word I'm looking for? The word I'm looking for is feminine. Yes, that's right, feminine. Because you guys, a lot of guys out there, they can misinterpret trance words by thinking, oh, you should just mirror a woman's trance words, and they start acting like a fucking woman. That's the point here, right? Don't do that. Back to the tangent. Use her language, okay? Trance words is an example of language. But anyways, this is the key. If she says, man, it feels heavy, right? Then you would respond with, yeah, that heaviness is proof you're carrying something more than strength, right? That's the example that I went with. Now, let's go. Using her words shows her you're listening. It makes the reframe land 10 times harder. So, again, you guys, listen to me. I don't want you to overdo trance words, because the tangent here is this. Trance words are not used in the best way. Like, guys can use it for the wrong reasons. They think, oh, it's going to get them into bed. No. Guys, listen to me. Have an outcome independent mindset that shows non-neediness, okay? You need to just learn to converse with girls before you even focus on that shit, because a lot of times guys can use trance words for the wrong reasons. So don't use trance words for the wrong reasons. Again, now, final step, you guys. Final step. Be prepared to back off, okay? Not every reframe is going to stick. Say that one more time. Not every reframe is going to stick. And that's perfectly fine. No worries. If it doesn't land, just drop it. Go back to active listening, okay? Active listening. So, guys, that's basically the whole art of reframing. I'll go through that one more time. Step 1, listen actively. Step 2, gauge the emotional intensity. Step 3, look for natural pauses. Step 4, check for receptiveness. Step 5, start small. Don't come in with something huge, right? Step 6, use her language, trance words. That's the same thing, you guys. Listen to me. Language and trance words, both very similar. But anyways, last step. Be prepared to back off, okay? Be prepared to back off. Now, as I said, not every reframe is going to stick, and that's perfectly fine. Don't sweat it, okay? That's the whole point here, right? What you think of me doesn't matter. I love that mindset, you guys. What you think of me doesn't fucking matter. That's the tangent here, right? I talk about that in my hardcover book, 7 Ways to Develop a Masculine Mindset. All right, now, guys, let's get to the next part. The bigger picture. Now, the bigger picture, let's just kind of zoom out a little bit, okay? And look at the bigger picture. The reframing is not always about proving that you're the smarter, more intelligent one. It's not really about proving that you're the biggest guy ever either, okay? I know I talk about fitness, you guys, but don't try to prove yourself when you're getting into fitness, right? Anyways, it's not about correcting her either. It's about connection. Think of it like dancing. You're leading, but you're not stomping on her toes. You're guiding the energy of the conversation without making her feel wrong for what she's feeling, okay? Done right, reframing is empathy in motion. It's not like you saying, I hear you, I get you, all that stuff. No, it's more about getting her to feel lighter and stronger and more empowering, okay? More empowering. Guys, listen to me. I did have a podcast on replacing bitches, but I'll make this clear right now. This is more about pull, okay? So, replacing bitches, more push, right? This podcast, more pull. It's okay to use reframing, you guys, and it's honestly a good thing. So you can get used to, showing that abundance, like replacing women, but more importantly, you are showing a little bit of empathy, right? Because listen to me, you guys, too much apathy is not really a good thing. I do talk about having a dark side, but too much apathy is not really that healthy. No, it's not. So, tension here is you're not trying to erase her perspective. You're magnifying the part of her that's resilient, resourceful, and feminine, right? This is what I love about reframing, you guys. You can get her to feel feminine. You can get her to feel feminine, and that is what this does, okay? Reframing, you guys, is you putting her in her feminine energy, if you think about it. Now, here's the beauty of it. When you reframe with that in mind, she's going to feel more connected to you, okay? So, the tangent is this, you guys. You want girls to feel safe, okay? She feels like you're the kind of guy who can hold her storm without losing your balance, okay? Without losing your composure, okay? That's where real rapport is built. That's where deep rapport is built. Again, you guys, I talk about deep rapport in my hardcover book, okay? Check the show notes. Now, so remember, reframing is a delicate dance, okay? It's a delicate dance. You're not here to win an argument. You're here to shift the vibe, to show her strength she already has, and to be the guy who turns a negative spiral into a shared moment of connection. That's the bigger picture, okay? The closing I'm going to talk about now, okay? So, the next time she's venting with you, don't rush to try to fix it. Never try to be clever either. Just wait. Feel out the moment, then reframe it with empathy, right? Not ego. All right, you guys? So, that's how you flip the vibe. That's how you turn the stress into connection and the negativity into attraction. So, listen to me, you guys. Listen to me closely. If you want to leave me a 5-star review, please do that right now. Because, you guys, listen to me. This podcast is going to be a little bit different from the previous one where I talked about replacing women. But understand this. You can't just have too much push, because that right there, I mean, sometimes it can work, but other times it's like a little bit intense for some girls. So the tangent is this, you guys. The tangent is this. Women operate through emotions. They don't want to always talk about what you want to talk about all the time. It requires active listening. It requires reframing the conversation, right? This is the art of reframing right here. So listen to this podcast more than once, especially if you want to learn how to connect with girls more. I talk about deep rapport in my hardcover book, 77 Ways to Develop a Masculine Mindset, okay? Now, hit that subscribe button to my Masculine Mindset Show podcast and share this with a friend who needs to hear it, especially if they are not doing reframing the right way. They are using it in the wrong ways, and they are trying to just get their dick wet. Because, guys, listen to me. Sex is not about getting your dick wet. Sex is about you first knowing how to talk to girls, okay? Now, I want you to do me a favor. Check the show notes. Check the show notes, as I said. Grab a copy of my book, How to Embody the Rake's Mindset, okay? But anyways, guys, listen to me. I have all my resources in the show notes, so seriously, just check it. All right. Peace out, you guys. I love you. You are a legend. I don't want you just listening to my stuff. I want you to take action. So, the way you take action is you get my books and you use the stuff that I write about. So, peace out, you guys. Listen to me. I'm not like your average writer. I don't write about stuff as like just philosophizing. No, I write about stuff that you can take action on. Okay, I have these essential tasks in my books too. Like, for example, one essential task is like in deep rapport. In my hardcover book, 77 Ways to Develop a Masculine Mindset, I talk about using deep rapport in a way where you can get girls to connect with you better. Deep rapport is important, you guys. You don't want to ever fucking forget that. Rapport is just as important as building attraction, okay? But again, that's a tangent, right? This topic is more about people who are in relationships, to be clear. So understand that you need to know how to build all important connections with the girls that you want to keep around. Because you guys, listen to me, it's not always about getting your dick wet. It's about maintaining connections. That's what it's about, okay? Peace out, you guys. I love you.